Hello everyone, I want to talk about Rengar, which is not being played lately too much, but I think he's still strong jungle. Rengar overall is an assassin that you usually go off tank with. I think we have a lot of kills though, you can go full AD, but usually it's not the case. So overall I think Rengar is a strong potential champ, especially after rework. I think you need to play him well to make him work, but at the same time lately he's not been played much because his early game is difficult. But if you can survive that, I think this champion is very good. I think in the early game you need the best clear you can get on Rengar, because his clear is so tough early game. It's so tough. You always risk being invaded by enemy strong early game jungle like Lee Sin, Elise or even Graves, right? So early game I think you start Raves with some help. You should hit level 2, then you probably do red buff, you can do cracks right after. If you do it properly you should be able to take all those 3 camps, then you base, then you buy longsword. Afterwards you are good to go. You are going to do your roadside jungle and you just pretty much clear everything. You do have one advantage and you should be full HP, so you should win 1v1 because Rengar is really strong duelist. I would say that his early game potential is even higher than Lee Sin is. I'm not sure about the Elise. I think Elise can beat him, but I think he can beat Elise as well. It depends how you play it. In the mid game, I think Rengar finds himself as the initiator or as the assassin. So if you got some kills early game and you decided to go full AD, I think you should try to pick up some AD carry kills on side lanes. As you may know, AD carry in 2017 is quite a joke, so you just go bot side, top side. As long as they don't have ninja tabis, you should be able to kill them pretty easily. So Rengar is a little bit of a tricky champ, because not on every champ you can soft initiate, and soft initiate is something that a lot of the pro players still have to learn as well. We are not gods, you know, unless we're talking about Peanut or Faker, but as for now we are not too good, and my Rengar at IEM wasn't too good either, so there is a lot we can learn. In the late game, I think Rengar still has the job of the soft initiate guy. I think preferably in the mid and late game you should fight in brushes, or you should fight around the brushes, because it's just good to jump around and it's good to deal a lot of damage. It's good to just hide and jump on the carry. Like, it makes you super annoying, you know. It's like Lee Sin, and Rengar is very similar. If you fight in the jungle, if you fight in the river, if you can find those brushes and use them properly, I think it could be really annoying champ that can do a lot of damage in a team fight, and especially in late game. By then you should have some core items, which in my opinion is mainly Black Cleaver, Spirit Visage, and I do like new GA on him because after the rework it gives you armor and AD, but that's only probably if you're ahead, because you know the tankiness that new GA gives you is almost non-existent, so you have to be ahead to build that item. I think otherwise, except for Black Cleaver and Spirit Visage, you should, you know, if you are a full AD you should just go full AD straight up. I like Dead Stance, but I wouldn't build it every time. I like Infinity Edge, but I wouldn't build it all the time. I think I like GA, to be honest, on full AD Rengar. I think Yomu Ghostblade could be decent as well. I think Edge of the Night could be decent. There's a lot of items, you just need to think about it. If you go full AD, there is no one best build. It's about you being smart and adapting towards your opponent's strength. When it comes to the second build, which is a little bit of an off-tank Rengar, I still think you should get Black Cleaver on off-tank Rengar. Maybe if you cannot rush it, you should build it as the third item and you should get Spirit Visage first. That's if they have a lot of AP damage, and maybe then you get Ninja Tabi, Spirit Visage, so you're tanky as Rengar, and then you can heal a lot with the W's from Spirit Visage, and then, you know, after Black Cleaver you go for some other items like Randuin Omen is pretty strong right now. I like Deathman's Plate still a lot on Rengar, simply because it gives you the potential to initiate always. You get a lot of movement speed from that item, maybe even GA, maybe Spirit Visage, Ninja Tabi, stuff like this. There is not a lot of combos on Rengar. It's mainly, you know, when you jump from a brush on someone, you will always be on top of him. So if the guy didn't throw their skill shot at you when you are flying and they try to skill shot in the straight line from where you came from, but you already landed, that skill shot would probably go through you. It doesn't count when you fight Lee Sin, because Lee Sin Q, a resonating strike, goes from behind Lee Sin, so it will still hit you. But for Elise, for example, the cocoon goes from in front of Elise. So the cocoon will go through you if you jump on her. This is really good trick, because it makes you use your ferocity stacks to do damage as double Q instead of breaking the cocoon. And it's very important because that's the way you should fight elites, right? Obviously, some tips is, fight in the jungle. Use your double W to bait your opponents. Don't use it always to proc 50 HP heal. Keep in mind that if you don't have any fervor stacks, when you jump from the brush on your opponent, you always get one. This is very crucial and very important. Keep in mind that the fervor stacks or ferocity stacks stay on you for 6 seconds. Afterwards they reset, and you keep them in place if you are in fight. I think the tough matchups for Rengar is mainly Graves, because Graves is a jungler that just invades a lot early game, like a lot. And that makes it so difficult to face him early on. But if you can get used to it and you play around it, and maybe instead of the early clear, which is, Raves, red buff, cracks, you could do Raves and then run to your blue buff, because he will probably invade that, and then do wolves, and then base, and then do red. Like, you play around it, be smart. Rengar scales really well, and when he gets double longsword, you can even go red smite. He can pretty much win with every jungle when it comes to 1v1. I think the easy matchups for Rengar are the matchups that he can just get away with his bad early game with. So it's, the new junglers, Zac, Maokai, Sejuani. But yeah, basically, whoever has weak early game, Rengar will do well against them. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope I was helpful. I would like to welcome all of you on my stream that I usually make in Polish lately, but you can still learn some plays. I'm still pretty good at the game. And also, guys, from now on, I will be a coach at Gamer Sensei. So if you guys want to book a lesson, feel free to. It will be more private environment, so I suppose you would learn way more than this way from YouTube. Thank you guys for watching.